Okay, this video is going to be about the topic of gang stalkers. The people that follow you are classified as bullies, and they must take responsibility for their consequences and their actions because there comes a point where you only can take so much and you must set limits. When I say set limits, I mean you can only accept so much of what these people are doing to you. It's going to come a time where you're going to speak up, okay? Because they are bullies, okay? Bullying, for those of you guys don't know that why I consider them bullying, because bullying is classified as a repeated aggressive behavior that involves a real or perceived purpose that makes you feel that their intent is to deliver some type of physical or psychological harm to demolish or diminish your strength, right? It could be verbal, social, or physical, right? Because they will suck in your power, and all of a sudden, the strength that you had one day will not be the same. You feel less than, or you feel horrible, depressed, etc. That's bullying. If another person caused you to feel that way, whether you know them or not, right? Well, so I follow this guy named Nappy Head Roots on YouTube. Look him up. Within his targeting, in some cases where the targets, or excuse me, not the targets, the stalkers are doing too much, or I don't know what's his temperament at that time. Why does he speak up? But he do, and I commend him on that. Sometimes you do have to speak up, right? Sometimes he will say, are you a gang stalker? Or sometimes he will ask them, or sometimes he will let them know, like, dude, you're following me, like you're doing too much. In his own words, that's not his exact words, but watch it for yourself. Nappy Head Roots. Shout out to you, appreciate you. So what happened was, in my situation, I have had experiences where the stalkers had took it to another level of their own. They felt empowered because these are regular people like you and I. They don't have special training to be agents. Maybe some of them are, some of them not, but you can tell the ones that are not professionally trained to know how to just watch somebody from afar or watch somebody and get out the way. These people will feel like, oh, you're not saying nothing. I've seen you a couple of times. You're not bothered, right? So they take it to another level on their own. And when I say take it to another level, you may have your same stalkers that you see on a daily basis, but then they'll sit there and when you leave, follow right behind you to your next destination and park right next to you. If you haven't, that's you, but this is what happens to me in some cases. About 3 times this happened to me. The stalkers that I see following me around my complex will sit in front of my complex when I come. That same person will be there again when I return. And this time, this same person felt the need to say, oh, you about to leave? I want to follow you to your next destination. Followed me to my next destination, you guys, and parked right next to me. So that's when I say enough is enough. I'm going to say something. So I exchanged words, right? And the person just laughed. When somebody just laugh and you're being serious, you know something is psychologically wrong with them, but they're trying to cause a psychological reaction to you to make you seem as if you're exaggerating. So I went off. I called my friend, like, this person is harassing me. I might need you out here to be a witness, or so what, whatever happens, happens. Because it gets to that point where you're at the stage like, now you're making me feel that you're trying to physically cause some type of harm, so I must defend myself. Because everybody know, like I said, stalking is a bullying on steroids, and you can't be bullied into silence. So we exchange words. This person goes, I'm calling the police. Because what the problem is, they assume that because maybe somebody that's pretending to be an authority figure, as a police officer, as an agent, as an FBI agent, is telling them that you're a criminal, that the first thing criminals do is get defensive when you say you're calling the police, or they get scared. Not I. So as soon as this person said, I'm calling the police, I go, please call them. What's your name? Gave them my correct name. I got nothing to hide. Call them, and I'll wait for you to call them. Okay? So then it was another person that was involved, because I guess instead of this person calling the police, they decided to call one of our managers of our complex. And the manager of the complex said, what's happening? I heard it's a dispute. We don't want no problems over here. And I told the manager, well, this person feels to me is trying to cause tactics to create harm, because every time I see this person follows me and my kids around. I don't know their intent, but when they started to follow me outside the complex, I feel this is public property. It's not private property, so I didn't have to take it to you. So publicly, I let them know how I felt. And it didn't go well. I told her the truth. It's nothing to lie about. And the manager said, well, people got to be responsible for their consequences. That's where I got this topic today. Well, if somebody's stalking you, they think they're just going to let you stalk them? Hello? Hello? So if you see that, another person see that, and the person even said, the manager would say, yeah, that's weird because I do see this person just sitting in a car. Even I questioned that. Okay? So that's why sometimes it's good to speak up, or sometimes it's not. You handle it the best way you can. That's just the way I handle it, because these people are bullies. If your child was being bullied, what advice would you give?